Let's talk about wrestling a little bit. Wrestling takes place on a 30-foot mat. It's about 2 inches thick, 2-inch foam mat. It's got two circles. It's got a out of bounds line that's about 28 feet around, and it's got an inside circle that's 8 feet. It's an 8-foot circle. In that 8-foot circle, there's 4 lines. There's 2 black lines that come into play whenever a wrestler starts in the referee position. The bottom wrestler has to have his knees behind one of the black lines and his hands in front of the other black line, okay? And then the top wrestler will address them accordingly. The referee will start them. The other 2 lines in that 8-foot circle, one of them is a green line, one of them is a red line. Those lines are used for whenever wrestlers are started in the neutral position. When those wrestlers are started in a neutral position, the only thing that can be touching the mat is the wrestler's 2 feet. They have to have 1 foot on the line. They're going to shake hands. The referee is going to blow the whistle. And both wrestlers are going to work for takedowns.
A takedown is where 2 opponents are in a neutral position and you break through their 3 lines of defense and you secure both their hips on the mat. And the referee will award you 2 points. My favorite takedown would either be a low single or drop wizard.
Now that we've gone over what happens from the neutral position and one wrestler has earned a takedown over their opponent, now we're going to learn a little bit about what we call reversal.
Reversal is when you're on bottom and your opponent is on top, and using good technique on bottom, you get your hips out and back on top of him in a controlled position without breaking contact, and the referee will give you 2 points. Some of my favorite reversals are a switch, and then I also like doing a sit out, roll under, blast through.
We've gone over reversals and how much they're worth whenever you score. It was worth 2 points. Now we're going to talk about a 1-point escape.
Alright, an escape is whenever you're on bottom and you stand up and your opponent loses control of you and you turn and face them in the neutral position. And the referee awards you 1 point.
Okay, we've talked about the options wrestlers have from the neutral position in order to score points, and options that the wrestler on the bottom has to score points by escaping or reversing their opponent. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we call near fall points. Those are the options that the top wrestler has. Top wrestler, once he's on top of the opponent, they're both on the mat, he's been awarded a takedown. He then needs to work for what we call near fall points. You can earn 2 different types of near fall points. You can earn a 2-point near fall, or you can earn a 3-point near fall. I'm going to go through how you can earn those 2 sets of points. Now, the top man's object is to expose his opponent's back to the mat. Once he has an opponent in a pinning combination and exposes his back to the mat, the referee will then count. This is where the points come in. If the top wrestler holds his opponent's back to the mat, exposes it to the mat for a 2 count, the referee will award 2 points near fall. Okay? At that time, the referee will usually signal the near fall points down to the mat to let the top wrestler know that he's already earned 2 near fall points. At that time, if the top wrestler decides that he wants to advance that 2-point near fall into a 3-point near fall, he can maintain the same pinning combination and return his opponent back to the mat and try to hold him for a 5 count. If he holds him for a 5 count, the referee will then award 3 points near fall.